band putting together whatever. Like that. Some people don't like that. I don't like that.
What up, Mitch? What's ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Famous Adjacent. We are doing another one via Zoom. Me and Mitch Burrow, former roommate, very funny comedian. Real quick, if you're listening to this on Apple, on iTunes, give us a like or a good review. If you're listening to this on Spotify, give us a follow, give us a like. I don't know what that is. If you're watching this for some reason on YouTube, which not many of you are, like, comment, follow, subscribe. Thank you. Help the algorithm.
Yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's the main thing. You got to let other people know that Mitch and Raz are the best thing on the internet right now.
Yes, I agree. You need to tell everybody that. Well, I mean, I don't want you to lie, but you definitely can.
You need to tell everybody that Mitch is the best thing on the internet right now, and he is accompanied by Raz.
Yes, you can do that. You can you can say Mitch is the best thing on the internet, and he's accompanied by me. I'm not the best thing. I'm like there's some good things on the internet, dude, and you know this.
Yeah, there's Famous Adjacent. There's the Mitch Burrow Show.
Yep.
There's a few episodes of Punchline on Fox available on the internet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content with me. There's Mandatory Fun on Vet TV. There's a lot of stuff with Mitch Burrow. This is just outstanding.
Mitch has a lot of credits for someone
that gave up. I was on my way, and here's what happened, Raz. I was destined for stardom, and I was on my way there. The trajectory was right on target, and I thought to myself, this could be bad for my marriage. And I gave it all up to work on airplanes because I was like, there's no way I'll die from a cocaine overdose or have sex with random women on the road if I work on airplanes. You hear my wife in the background.
I wish she was mic'd right now, hearing what she is saying. What did she say?
Telling my daughter, she's putting our daughter down for her nap, and she just said, "You hear your dad talking shit in there?"
I mean, look, one would argue this is the year for men who work on airplanes.
Who else works on airplanes?
The dudes in Top Gun, dude. Have you seen it?
No, those are the guys that fly the airplanes. There is literally no love given to the mechanics that keep the jets flying.
I don't know, man. The mechanics are in the front of the top of both movies. You see mechanics working on planes.
That's in like the montage.
Yeah, but that's in the best montage because that's when Danger Zone is playing.
I haven't seen the new one yet. Do they play Danger Zone in the new one?
It opens the exact same way, other than including the word women in the title card, where it's like in 1969, the Navy, blah, 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 the military, the Marines, whatever.
Oh, it says there's women in the program now.
Yes. Well, it doesn't say in the but yes, it's like the men and women call it
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
The military calls it flying military school. The pilots call it. Then it flashes Top Gun. And then it's got the same intro. It's got the Harold Faltermeyer. And then it shows the aircraft carrier and all the planes doing their thing. And then once that plane takes off, dude.
Here's what I think is very funny, in my opinion, is Star Wars. What was the first one of these last ones called?
The
Force Awakens, right? The biggest criticism was that The Force Awakens just copied A New Hope.
Yeah.
But I think with Top Gun Maverick, the biggest praise will be that it was just like Top Gun.
It wasn't, my guy.
Is it?
Baby, it's a whole different movie. That's what makes it great, because Force Awakens and Jurassic World were the exact same movies. This one just opens up the same. It opens up the same. All Star Wars open up the same. Star Wars is like, hey, a long time ago, here's some text that you're going to read to set up the fucking movie.
And you know what? That's what I like when I go to the theater is
just
reading.
Being previously on.
Just reading. I want to sit there and in my mind think I could have just stayed home and read a book.
Yeah, or listen to it
instead.
on your Kindle. Or
But
listen to it on your iPod.
but the new Top Gun, I've heard a lot of people say that it's Oscar worthy.
Bro, guy, baby, it is the best movie I've seen, other than Everything Everywhere All at Once. Those two movies are the best movies I've seen in probably 8 years. And I've seen all the Mission Impossible movies.
Those two movies?
There's Top Gun, Maverick.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, okay. That's a multiverse movie.
Bro, that's the best multiverse movie. It's not a multiverse movie. It's the best multiverse movie.
Top Gun has clearly made an impact on you.
Here's the thing.
You're dressed just like Goose from the first movie, getting ready to sing to Meg Ryan.
Yeah, and do you know why? Because Miles Teller plays this kid. Not a spoiler. You figure it out. You learn it in all the previews and all the things.
Sure.
Looks like this. He's got a mustache just like his daddy Goose, R.I.P. Goose.
Oh, is that a mustache? I thought you might have ate something and didn't clean
no, it's
it
coming
off
in.
good.
It's coming in. No, I've had mustaches in the past, and I wasn't going to do this. But the whole past week, I'm scrolling TikTok, and you know how I'm a single guy. I fall into the babe TikTok, right? I fall into all the babes. Now that the Johnny Depp trial is over, my algorithm is back into just cute girls or whatever, and I need to get back off of that and into learning things and how to. And all these chicks on TikTok, dude, are creaming over Miles Teller, who's not even the best-looking guy in the movie, but they're creaming over this guy in his Hawaiian shirts and his mustaches, stuff that I've been doing for 20 years.
I thought we were trying to make this a family-friendly podcast. Can we say creaming over? Is that
I did, baby. I'm going to do like Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
I would never refer to guys being like, yeah, dude, they were just ejaculating all over. Yeah, these bras, they were just snail trailing all over these
dude.
Miles Teller.
I mean, look, it's not me. It's the girls on TikTok.
What else was
They're posting videos of them laying all over the floor, and they're posting videos of like fire hydrants going off when they see them.
Is Miles Teller the dude that was in Fantastic Four, the one that flopped really bad?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so he hasn't really. Wait, was he in what was the drum movie? The
Divergent.
jazz.
Nope, Whiplash. He was in Whiplash.
Divergent. He was Whiplash.
Yes, Whiplash is a great movie. Miles Teller's a great actor.
Dude, Whiplash is outstanding. But he plays Goose's son.
Yes.
And then I take it there's some conflict with him and Maverick because in the one preview that they see, he goes, my father trusted you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
I'm not gonna make. And then he does this dance that everybody on TikTok is doing. Even the guys on TikTok are like, "This is the summer dance move," and it's just like that dance from the trailer. And
wait, did he dances away from Tom Cruise when he says that?
No,
no, that would be
better. That would be better if instead of doing that dance,
you're the reason
slow-mo dance on the beach. If he goes,
you're the reason my dad died.
My dad trusted you, and I'll never trust you.
And just moonwalks away from
me. He does that shake that's in slow motion with his shirt off.
Dude, I've been watching. I'm on TikTok a lot.
Yeah,
and
you're TikTok famous. You were TikTok famous before me or anybody else in this household.
It's weird with TikTok because I'm on Lawn Talk, so I'm constantly looking at people who are mowing their grass and stuff. But still, TikTok is remembering when I was a single guy.
Yeah.
And it's still throwing young women with big titties up onto my screen. And I'm sitting next to my wife.
It does that.
And I'm flipping through. And I'm like, look at this yard with St. Augustine grass. Look at this yard with crabgrass. Look at this. Oh, we gotta go by that real quick. Like it's like, why are you still coming up on my screen?
The trick is, and I learned this with the Johnny Depp.
To have 2 TikTok accounts.
The trick is, and I learned this when the Johnny Depp trial was going on, you have to like what you want to be shown. Right? And if you don't like anything.
And that is the problem because I'm like, look at this grass. Look at this grass. And then when I flip up and it's that chick with big titties and I'm right as I go to like get rid of it real quick, I may accidentally like it.
And then it shows you more.
Yeah.
So don't like the babes. like the grasses, like
Hey,
the
man,
lawns.
you know what? I'm a simple man. I like what I like.
You like what you like. That's TikTok. It's a dangerous thing.
Maybe that's that could be my like T-shirt as a comedian.
Yeah.
That I sell. Dad, something like dad life, green grass and big titties or something like that.
Oh, you're gonna be a dad comedian now?
I mean, my comedy has always been about who I am.
Yeah.
I've never been observant, like
Yeah.
what's the deal with traffic lights? I'm always talking about myself. So now that I'm a father, it does just kind of naturally go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, lawn talk is the best. It's the satisfaction of seeing a freshly mowed lawn, but in a 1 minute clip.
Yeah. I do like TikTok for things I wouldn't know. Like I've fallen into candy making TikTok, where it's been showing me these dudes in New Jersey or Mackinac Island or wherever, these tourist traps, these candy fudge shops, and there will be these like 4-minute clips of them just like
doing taffy
or putting molten sugar and adding flavoring and coloring and making candy canes.
Taffy is definitely the most erotic of candy making videos for sure.
You think so?
Just that constant pulling and stretching, just pulling and stretching, and then it's very sensual looking. Like if you were getting, it's almost like they're massaging it, and then they're adding in stuff like that's the oils.
But the second half of candy cane making is too, because there are a lot of like this.
Yeah, but they're like making love to the taffy.
It's like Clay and Ghost. It's like Ghost. It's like that movie Ghost with the clay.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to think of the song. Whoa,
Take My Breath Away. It's from Top Gun.
Love, my darling.
We don't have the rights for that much of the song to be sung.
Oh, is that too much?
Yeah.
I just had an icon pop up on my screen that said "Set up professional audio in audio settings."
No way, because it's like, hey, this guy's trying to be a singer. How can we sell him some things?
Dude, you remember when we had the great idea that we should remake the Faith video
at the top of the pandemic? Remember back in 2020,
the very beginning of the pandemic, you were going to play the guitar, and I was going to find me a blue jean jacket. A denim jacket.
He wore a leather jacket in that music video.
It was a leather jacket, but a really tight pair of jeans.
Yes. And I believe you tried to squeeze into my leather jacket because I have one.
I think that was our biggest mistake. We never did that video.
Had we done that video, I would be famous now. You would not be a father, and we'd still be living together, and we'd still not have careers.
You don't think it would have panned out for more opportunities?
Maybe, or we would be stuck as the music parody TikTokers.
We would be on America's Got Talent this season doing our version of Faith by George Michael.
I mean, Limp Bizkit did it and they got famous. Maybe it's time for us to.
No, but we want to be famous adjacent.
I mean, I want to just be. I want to have the money of fame, but not have that many people know who I am.
What's another thing on TikTok? They got the I do the lawn TikTok, and I don't like these videos, but I think I watch them too long. This is another one that pops up for me. It's movie clips, and then it's narrated by like an Asian person in broken English.
Now, is that an Asian person? Or is it a robot? Because I've come across some.
If it's a robot, it's an Asian robot.
Aren't all robots
broken
Asian?
English?
Racist.
Huh? No, I'm saying okay. So for example,
sure.
Name a movie from the past that I would have seen.
Back to the Future Part 2.
Okay, so Back to the Future Part 2. Then what gets me is the narration because they're playing the movie.
Yep.
Right.
They're playing scenes of the movie.
And then what they are doing is they are narrating everything that is on screen.
Yes.
So be like, but they also get all of the descriptions wrong.
Or they're like very funny and like a roast.
So for Marty McFly and Doc Brown, it would be like the boy runs to his father and tells him that he must go back in time. He gets into the time machine, which is a sports car with doors that open to the top. Once he hits 88 miles an hour, I get excited because he is going back in time. Like, it's funny because he's also telling you how to feel while watching it.
Yeah. Oh, then it'll show Doc and it'll be like this. It'll be like, Doctor, who's losing his hair then and now. man who looks older than he did in the future. His friend, old man friend of the young boy, helps him.
Old man friend and young boy have relationship. It is not inappropriate. It is teacher and student in time travel. It's like they're narrating things that are completely unrelated to it.
Yeah, but the favorite part of those things is reading the comments and seeing people call it out.
My favorite thing is reading the comments and people are like, what movie is this? And someone will say, Hot Tub Time Machine.
My new thing to do on every TikTok is just comment, what movie is this?
No matter what, like the Amber Heard trials, you were commenting, what movie is this?
Go on anybody's TikTok and just put, what movie is this?
Yeah. The movie, what will it say? It'll say, the movie is about time travel, but also about taking care of your family and bettering yourself, or so. Like, it's, I don't know what they're exactly going for here. Like, and they're never really accurate, but they're also exactly what's happening.
And there's like 5 parts, and guess what I watch? All of them.
Oh, you're addicted to them?
Dude.
You can't.
If I come across something on TikTok that says part 3, my first thing is watching it.
Scroll and find part 1.
Watching it, then I go to the comments to see somebody say part 4, because there's always somebody who's immediately, hey, I want more. Right?
Here's what I do. I'll watch whatever clip it is. I don't care if it's part 1 through 5 or whatever. And then I'll go to the page.
Yeah.
And I'll go to where it says recently viewed. Right?
Yep.
And then I'll find the last clip. I don't need all the filler. I want the climax. You know, I've already got the setup. Let's see how this ends.
Give me part 4, give me part 5.
I can move on to the next part of my For You page. If I wanted to watch the whole movie, I'd watch it on Amazon Prime. But I'm here for short ingestion of media.
You know what though, dude?
You're gonna tell me they're doing 10-minute videos now?
There is. I wonder if they're doing this or if they're pulling these off of Netflix or something. Because there's options on Netflix. There's options, I believe, on Amazon Prime that, much like subtitles, there's audio descriptors. So something tells me you could watch a full movie of this on Netflix.
I can't remember which movie it was, but when you started it, it's for blind people.
Yes.
And it's not just it's not just closed caption or whatever. It is telling you
what's happening,
everything on screen at that time.
And I think that's where they
because I remember with Netflix, it would start up and it would say red letter in on the screen because it was describing to you. Which also, if you're blind,
how do you know
and you were born blind, that must be so aggravating. Red letter in, okay.
Well,
like I'm sure people have discussed this before, but if a blind person came up to you and said, "Can you describe the color red?"
How? You don't know what it is. You don't have any.
How would you describe the color red? I would say I'd say fire, heat,
hot,
passion,
warm.
No, warm would probably be I don't know, but like fire and heat, hot would be red. But then also like passion, anger, very strong.
Angry
Black would be easy. Describe the color black. All right.
Criminals.
What do you see right now?
No. Kidding. I'm kidding, but that was funny.
What did you say?
I said criminals.
Oh yeah. Well, I enjoyed doing this with you for 1.5 episodes.
1.5 episodes.
Geez, man.
Here's a
It's a
question.
good thing. It's a good thing I got my safety glasses. I can just go straight back to mowing the lawn.
What my biggest thing is, imagine having a conversation and then a blind guy come up to you, like say you're talking about Back to the Future, and some blind guy comes up and he's like, "Oh, we talking about Back to the Future?" And he just like, "Oh, I've seen this when I was, and like, wouldn't that be more off-putting? Wouldn't that be weirder?
I'd be like, you've seen this? First of all, don't lie to me.
I listened to it.
You haven't seen anything. But what would be off-putting about that?
Well, it wouldn't be off-putting. It would just be like how, like, I mean, I guess they can listen to it, right? But
I think blind people do normal stuff like that all the time, right?
yeah.
Are you a little sheltered? Do you not know that?
No, I guess
blind
my
people
thought is I guess I was forgetting that they could watch and hear the movies as it is, like audio plays or radio tapes, right? Like, because the descriptors.
I mean, blind people have, blind people have TVs.
Right. I'm assuming the audio, these descriptors don't overstep the dialogue, right?
I mean, I'd have to watch the movie like that. Again, I wish I could remember what movie it was, because it did make it where I didn't want to watch the movie.
I'll be honest, it's made me want to watch some. There's some like B movies or old movies that I've never seen or saw, and for the grammar police, I still don't know the right one to use. That I'm like, oh, what movie is? Like, I legitimately want to know what movie it is.
What are you talking about?
Because some of these movies.
Are you talking about on TikTok?
On TikTok, yes.
Okay.
Some of these movies that they have on there, I'm like, what the fuck movie is this?
They never, like, you just got to dig through the comments. The information you need is always in the comments.
But it's made me want to watch that movie or read the synopsis on Wikipedia.
I tell you what, it's made me not want to go back and watch House. The arrogant doctor tells the dying person that they have no reason to think they're gonna live. It's like, oh man, like I forgot how rude House was.
That's also assuming the people can't hear how arrogant the doctor is that they need that adjective in front of his.
Yeah, again, like these things on TikTok are being played over the audio so loud. Like I don't think it's the same thing as what's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
I think this is a person being. This is like higher. This is just a voiceover. Someone is doing the voiceover on these.
Hear that?
And it might be so that they can put it online without getting a copyright infringement by covering up the audio.
Maybe. What movies have you seen? So I saw Top Gun. You haven't seen Top Gun?
Well, I don't know if you remember or not, but I have a daughter. I have a 14-month-old
that's right.
daughter.
How's that going?
So I don't get to watch any movies.
How old is your daughter now?
Huh?
How old is your daughter?
She's 14 months, so she's just over a year old.
14 months, turned a year old 2 months ago.
Yeah, in April. 12 months is a year. You're right.
And how do you like that? Because my buddy's daughter just turned 2. And we had her birthday party last week, as a matter of fact.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, she's like crawling around and doing stuff. You know, my daughter is the whole reason why I'm not doing comedy anymore. So there's a little resentment there. But other than that, for the most part, we get along pretty good. Yeah?
Have you voiced your opinions to her? Have you told her how you feel?
Oh, yeah, every night. Every night, I hold her in my arms and I get ready to put her down in her crib, and I look down at her and she's smiling at me, and I just go, "You ruined everything." and then I lay her down and let her go to bed. That's the last thing she hears is her dad telling her, "You destroyed my dream."
You destroyed my dreams. You ruined my aspirations and my goals.
Yeah. But I have new dreams now. Like I have my dream is for her to go to the Air Force Academy and to be a pilot, or maybe at least ROTC or something. But I want her to be a commissioned officer in the military. That is my goal for her. And then after she finishes her career in the military, to get into politics, and then just vote on just have a bunch of laws passed that'll make our lives better. 'Cause that's what politics is all about, to help those in charge.
So you're a regular King Mitchell. You're like
Yeah, I want her to marry into a rich, powerful family so that we can combine the families.
You're like that. You're like the Serena Williams' dad, only the hillbilly guy who's like got such a plan for his daughter.
I'm always telling her, I'm like, you're better than me and your mother, and you got to bring us up. We're depending on you. And she's like, I can't even walk yet.
Yeah, and she's like, keep your daughter senses when you have a new dream or a goal. And she's like, nope. She cuts you down to size. She's like, your daughter gaslights you into staying in place as her father.
Yeah. She goes, don't even bother emailing that booker. You're not doing the road anymore.
Every time you get a phone call about a new stand-up gig, she poops her pants. So you need to.
Boy, I would love to get a phone call about a stand-up gig sometime. That'd be great.
I would love to do stand-up outside of LA again. I would love to do all that. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. That's the one regret I have of not having this podcast going and doing things when I was going on the road pre-pandemic.
It's crazy. We could have been doing this real easy for a year and a half.
I know. And it's I didn't think of it, and I didn't think people would listen or whatever. And it's like, you know what? And that's the beauty of bringing you on board as well, because like I've been saying, I'm going to bring it back for years and years, and I'll do a new episode and then I'll stop for 3 months or whatever, because it's hard, it's hard to hold myself accountable for things. It's hard for I have confidence issues. It's hard for me to stay focused on things that's just me without being held accountable to other creatives or other partners.
Well, I was talking to my friend Darius about it, and one of the things that we were talking about was how when you're a creative type, getting up on stage is fun, so it's easy to get up there and try new material, and if it doesn't work, to work on making it better, whatever. But when it comes to podcasting or any kind of like something that you got to submit, like a writer's pack or something. But for me, with podcasting or web videos, it was always an issue of is anybody going to watch this? Is this not good? Almost like perfectionism as a flaw, to where you don't want to put something out that isn't going to be necessarily up to your standards. But it's like you have to be. I think consistency is more important than quality at a certain point. People want to hear. They get comfortable with your voice. They want to hear you. Yeah. Half the time they don't even care what you say. If you have a couple times that make them laugh, that's all that matters. They'll keep coming back to it, and it just has to grow organically over time. But you got to get out of your head about whether or not it's good or not, and obviously put forth effort.
Yeah.
But it's all about like putting that effort out there so that other people can enjoy it.
Yeah, look, that's I agree completely, and that's the thing that I've but I've been consistent, and again, it's like how big is consistent? Consistency is still growth. Right?
Every week you got to put out something every week, man.
Yeah.
You can say you've been consistent, but you haven't.
But I was at the start. That's what got into my head, right? Is the consistency of.
Oh, okay.
Of the plateau of this feed and this podcast.
You just got to keep doing it, and then one day another person shares it, and then another person shares it, and the next thing you know, Spotify has offered you $100 million to only host your show on their platform.
Wild. That's so much money. I wouldn't know what to do with it other than
nothing.
Spend it on things. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. You got a kid? I don't. I'm still single, and I got nieces and nephews though.
You got You got nieces and nephews?
Yeah, I do. Dude, let me tell you this. So, I feel like you knew I had nieces and nephews. My nephew. I've talked to him in a bit. He's got a phone. He used to. So he used to have one of these watch phones, right? Before he was
okay,
10.
like
Now he's
like an Apple Watch.
yeah, and you can only save like 10 numbers in there, right? I have a whole joke about him getting one and etc. But now he's like almost 15, dude, and he's got a phone. I will text him, and he'll take 2 days to reply.
Because you're not on his priority list.
Dude, I texted my nephew while he was in the car with my sister. And I found this out later from my sister because I'm like, he hasn't responded. And she's like, so I'm like, hey, dude, what's up? How you doing? What are you excited about lately? Right?
Yeah.
Good question. I'm an adult. I'm curious to see, I want to know what my nephew's excited about.
Yeah, hey, man, tell me about your life.
Tell me about high school. Tell me about whatever. Hey, I'm here. Whatever. You want to talk about stuff? Talk about stuff.
Yeah, you're an interested uncle. You're trying to show interest in his life. Let him know that you're a caring family member.
He gets this text.
Yeah.
In the car.
Okay.
With my
Sounds like a perfect time. Sounds like a perfect time to reply.
My sister, his mother, perfect time to reply. He's not doing nothing.
Right.
He says to my
Let me
sister,
guess. Hold on. Let me guess what he said. I bet he said, Mom, Uncle Raz just texted me. I'm going to be busy for the next minute or so. Texting him back immediately.
Nope. He did not.
That's
say
not
that.
what, okay. Hold on. Let me try one more. I bet he said, oh my God, Mom, pull over right now. Uncle Raz texted me, and you need to read it too because it's so interesting.
Nope.
Well, man, I give up. I don't know what he could have
He
said.
says to his mother, my sister,
Right?
why does Uncle Eric ask the dumbest questions? What are you excited about? To a 14-year-old is a dumb
I thought he said he was 15.
question. 14, 15, same.
There's a big difference.
No, it's the same age.
I tell you what, because honestly,
Let's
if
go
I
with
was
14.
15
I'm a bad uncle, and let's say he's 14.
well, okay, to be honest with you, if I was 14 and you sent me a text message saying, what are you interested in? I would have just wrote back, titties.
Dude, he responded the
Nothing.
next day when I said, are you alive?
I bet he said not much.
Dude, I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah, we need a verbatim quote on what he replied. I mean, here's the thing. He lives in Michigan.
Michigan.
So he probably doesn't.
Saturday, May 7th.
Okay, I guess my hypothesis don't fucking matter.
No.
I'm on your side, but you got to let me.
Finish.
You got to
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is your problem. He knows you don't know how to communicate. He knows as soon as you see the three dots are popping up, you're going to start texting more shit to interrupt him.
No, I only do that with girls, and that's my problem.
All right, so I mean, maybe he's afraid that you're grooming him.
No, dude.
Because most abusers are either a family member or somebody close with the family. So he's just like, he's like, Mom, you got to talk to Uncle Eric. No. He's messaging me again.
I mean, those are factual statements according to the court of law. I'm not anywhere close to that.
All right, so what do you say verbatim?
He says, so I text him.
Hey, nerd, lose my number.
Yeah. I text him. I'm like, how are you doing, buddy? What's new or what are you excited about? That's what I texted him. That's what he thought was a dumb question.
Now, hold on. Let me just so the people listening understand.
Yes.
That's not some weird uncle speak for you. When we would go on hikes together, like the first thing you would say when we started going up the hill and I was just a little out of breath, you'd be like, "Hey, so what are you excited about
Well,
this
because
week?" And I'd be like,
yeah,
"I'm
you'd be
excited
out of breath.
about breathing."
Because here's the thing. Well, I want to know what I want to know what's going on in your life. I don't,
Yeah, you don't want to provide a topic. You want to show that you're interested in the person's life.
Correct.
So, hey, what are you excited about?
100%.
I actually, and we'll go back to his response, but I actually read a thing about like how to talk to your partner, and one of the things wasn't it wasn't like a don't ask how was your day, ask questions like if you could change one thing about today, what would it be, or what was one thing that stood out about your day today. So it's taking these generic questions and asking for
Specific.
a more genuine, heartfelt response, right? So
Yeah.
instead of like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you excited about?" Which is a genuine way that you ask questions. I will say
It
that
is
this
kind
is
of generic though, in accordance with what you're saying. Like, first off,
nah,
that's how you
but
know we're old.
but it's more about him. You know,
Yes.
You could have just asked like, "Hey, what have you been up to?"
Yeah.
But you're saying, "What are you excited about?
Yeah.
What is something going on in your life that is bringing you joy, excitement, or whatever?" And I always liked our hikes together because it was able for it gave me like that also like causes me to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, what am I excited about? And at that time my daughter was just born, so I was it was usually getting some sleep later. I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that. So I do think that's like a real way that you talk. So I think he's a little off base here. All right, so
Well,
let's
he is, and also
so
to address what you're saying about reading that book, that's how you know we're old, right? Because I've been reading books about attachment theory and love languages and all that stuff. And that's how you know we're old, when we're reading books about partner connection or how to discuss things or how
to be fair,
connect.
in my defense, that was just a picture on Imager that I saw one time. All right, so what was his reply to that anyway?
His reply was no reply. He didn't
He
reply.
he never replied. I thought, but the next day he replied.
The
Right?
next day, after I talked to my sister and she told me his reply in the car, I replied with, "Wow, that's really cool. Sounds really exciting." And then he goes, "Sorry, I forgot to respond, but no, not really."
No, not really. What? Nothing is exciting.
Nothing is new. I didn't. He didn't even. That doesn't even make sense. How are you doing, buddy? What's new, or what are you excited about? No, not
Well,
really. No, not really.
look,
What? You're not excited about anything? No, not really. Nothing's new.
I have two brothers where the age difference is about the same as you and your nephew.
Yeah.
Right? I have a brother I'm 42
Yep.
this year, and I have a brother that's turning 17 or 18, and then I have another brother that's 21 or 22. So a 19 and a 25-year age difference.
Sure.
And I will never forget when the older one, when he was about 13 or 14 years old, visiting my mom and just being like, was I that moody when I was that age? Like, you got to remember, he's a teenager, man. So no matter how hard you try to connect, he's still going to be like, you suck.
Dude, when I was his age,
Also, look at the way you're dressed right now.
bro, I look cool.
You're wearing a Hawaiian shirt and gas station sunglasses for sure.
Nope, these are off of Zenny Optical, not an ad. Prescripts.
I think everyone knows that anything we talk about on this show is not an advertisement.
The thoughts and my opinions and views do not represent my employer.
Although if someone wants to throw us some free swag,
Hey, throw us some money. Throw us some swag.
I'll promote it on the TikTok.
Throw us some things. When I was his age, when I was my nephew's age, I had an uncle my age who would go to concerts with my brother and I and buy my older brother beer and yell at chicks to show us their tits after the show.
You had a terrible uncle.
Dude, my uncle was he was a fun uncle. He was a cool uncle. Now, I'm not going to do that with my nephew because I live in California. And it's just inappropriate to tell women to show us their tits.
Can I real quick on that?
Yes.
I think it was 2006. I went to the Vans Warped Tour. I think it was in Anaheim.
Went to a lot.
Where I went to because someone had tickets and they asked me if I wanted to go. So
No, I said I went to a lot. I went to a lot of Warped
tours.
Tours.
I thought you said why.
No, I would go to a lot. I went to a lot of Warped Tours.
That would have been a valid question. But My Chemical Romance was on stage.
Yeah.
Man, the lead singer goes, it was like in between songs, and he just goes, "Hey, real quick, I want to talk to all the women out in the audience, all the girls out there. You're gonna go to a lot of concerts, and there's gonna be a lot of dirtbags on stage trying to get you to lift up your shirts and show them your breasts. You don't ever have to do that. You just respect yourself." And then he goes, "And this next song is whatever."
Yeah.
And I was just like, this dude just ruined a generation of concert
100%.
goers.
That's what I love about Blink-182. Blink-182 would literally just be like, titties.
Part of the whole thing of going to concerts and stuff is for people to be to lower their inhibitions.
Lower your inhibitions, have fun, express yourself,
climb
get
onto
silly,
a stranger's shoulders, get on the shoulders of a man that you've never met before.
Yeah.
Lift up your shirt and show him your titties. Now, for some reason, my daughter is watching this in 15 or 16 years. You need to understand that is a big no-no. You do not do that. But to all the strangers in the world,
yeah.
Show your titties.
Be free, babies.
Is part of the concert going thing,
Yeah. I mean,
I just thought that was so fun when My Chemical Romance did it. It was just like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I bet I could Google the lead singer's name and find some allegations against him. That's always the White Knights.
He's the guy who wrote and created Umbrella Academy, so it all checks out. His name is Gerard Way, and My Chem is a great band, and they're coming back, and I'm going to go see them when they go on tour because
he created Umbrella Academy.
Yep, he created the comic book.
Gerard Way,
Gerard Way, or Gerard Wade, Gerard Way. Dude, My Chem rips. Dude, My Chem's got a ton of good songs. They just released a new song too.
Okay.
Dude, speaking of concerts, there was this time when I lived in Orlando. I was going to school in Orlando, and this is how out of touch the young Gen Z was back in the day, and not really out of touch. They were kids, right? Fall Out Boy, when they were popular in 2005, their demographic was older, but it also skewed a lot of high school. It also skewed young, right? I saw Newfound Glory and Fall Out Boy, House of Blues, Orlando. Newfound Glory played. They kicked. They ripped. They were awesome. Newfound Glory rips. Fall Out Boy, great band, super fun. Fall Out Boy stops. They're done. Their concert's done. Their Fall Out Boy ends their last song. The band goes off stage. Everybody goes off stage. A radio DJ comes out on stage and explains to the audience what an encore is. And he goes, Don't leave. The concert's not done. They're going to do an encore. What an encore is when the band is done, the audience sticks around and says, play some more songs.
Wait a second. Hold on. So they had clearly had a concert before where the people didn't stick around
because they were so young.
And then they walked out on stage and everybody was gone.
Dude, I'll never forget that day for the rest of my life. A DJ explaining what an encore is to Fall Out Boy's audience.
I don't think that's so much. That to me, that is not the audience not knowing what an encore is. That was the audience not wanting to hear an encore. So I
think they didn't know what it was because they were younger kids. They were like, this could have been their first concert.
Yeah, but if you're that young, there's going to be parents, there's going to be people there that know what an encore is.
And the people there who take their kids to concerts want to leave to beat traffic.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
And as long as the kids are there saying, no, they're playing more songs, the parents can't leave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna like take my daughter to concerts, and then as the lights dim or as the lights come back up, I'm gonna be like, "All right, we gotta go."
Yeah. Soon
And
as
she's
the
like, "But
song's
what
done.
about?" Nope, show's over. Let's go. Let's
And
get
she's
out of here.
gonna be like, but the lights aren't on yet. They're just done playing, and everybody's chanting, play
Nope,
four
we
more
gotta go.
songs.
The
Also,
lights
if you're
are not
chanting,
on.
if you're chanting, play one more song. Hey, ask for more. Why stop at play one more song?
2 more songs.
Play 5 more
5
songs.
more songs.
That's what I would do. I would always be there in the front row in the mosh pit being like, play 5 more songs, and people would laugh because I'm a funny guy.
Yeah, we'll see what the numbers on this podcast.
Who knows? This has been great, Mitch. Thanks so much for this. This has been really, really fun. Thanks.
What a way to end it, where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I agree that you're a funny guy. We'll have to see what the numbers say.
We'll see what the numbers say. Follow Mitch on Instagram and TikTok at Mitch Burrow. Go to his YouTube, watch all of his comedy clips. Tell your friends to keep listening, and thanks for listening. If you made it this far, if you've listened this far, thanks so much.
Go to my TikTok.
I'm still dying.
Go to
I
my
still got my
TikTok.
cough. I'm going to edit a lot of that out.
Go to my TikTok for all of your horoscope needs.
Yes, Mitch did a cool thing called Redneck TikTok or
I'm
whatever.
gonna bring it back. I'm doing tarot card readings now as well. I'll give you a tarot reading on the next episode.
Love it.
How about that? And then I'll start a Patreon if people want personalized tarot card readings or horoscopes. I do it all. I'm a natural witch.
He does it. He's a redneck witch. He's a hillbilly witch.
Redneck astrology.
Redneck
I'm the redneck
astrology.
seer.
Hillbilly
redneck seer.
tarots. Yeah, thanks so much for listening. If you made it this far, hopefully my cough and my sinus problems disappear by next week.
You got a button. Just hit the button.
Yeah, but the button only works on the Zoom. It doesn't work on this actual Zoom, the audio recorder.
Yeah.
So I got to get a mute button because right now I'm going 2 and 2. That's why I got to figure out how to connect the mic into the thing like you have.
Yeah.
But I'm not smart. So if you're listening and you made it this far and you know how to do that, let me know.
It's just a USB plug, dude.
Yeah. Well, I
Straight
tried
into
that,
the
but then you couldn't hear me and I sounded like a chipmunk.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Some of these clips might make it on the TikTok or the Instagram. We appreciate you all, and thanks so much for listening. And we'll see you next time. Famous Adjacent.